Hello everyone! Is your car due for a tune-up? According to the car manufacturer, every 30,000 miles you need to bring your car to the dealership and to perform a tune-up or a major service. Did you know the average major service can cost anywhere between $200 to $500? Today, I'm going to show you step by step how to do the tune-up yourself so you can save all that money. As you can see from a receipt, the dealership suggests I change my spark plug. The cost for such service is $216, and instead of paying this much, I went to O'Reilly Auto Parts and bought the parts myself. As you can see from my receipt at O'Reilly, the cost for the spark plug is only $40. I'm going to perform spark plug change on this 2010 Toyota Tacoma 4x4. The engine of this model is very similar for any 2005 to 2010 Toyota Tacoma. Let's get started. Here are the tools you need for the job. A 3/8 socket wrench extension, and spark plug socket. This one is 5/8 socket. You also need some wrenches to take the cover off. And of course, you need your new spark plugs. Okay, I opened up the hood so we can see the engine's right here in the center, and above the engine is the air intake. And we can see here, these are the wiring harness for the coils. And the spark plug is right underneath the coils. So it looks like we have to take this screw off, this one here, and this entire air intake cover has to go off so that we can gain access to the spark plugs. To take the air ventilation cover off, I'm using 10mm socket. Oh boy, getting this air intake vent off, it was not an easy job as I thought. First, I loosened this bolt here, another bolt here, another bolt, 10mm bolt there, and then I had to disconnect this electrical connector right here, and then going around disconnect this hose, and over here we have another hose right here. This one you just pull it apart with brute force. And then going this way, we have to disconnect these two main hoses. This one here is takes Philip. You unscrew it and yank it out. And in all, we now can gain access to the spark plugs. So you see, here are the spark plug coils. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next thing to do is take out the coils. Again, I'm using 10mm socket. Okay, the coil is loose. You want to be extra careful when pulling the coil up. First, you want to wiggle around, make sure it's loosened up a little bit. Wiggle around, wiggle around. You might need to use a screwdriver to pry a little bit. Oh boy, the one in the back was very difficult because this hose here is in the way. So I had to use a screwdriver, get underneath and pry around a little bit to get it a little bit loose. Then I can pull it straight up. So once it's loose, you want to just pull straight up. Like so. When extracting the spark plug, be very careful to lift it straight up. Look how worn our old spark plug compared to the new one. Okay, I have taken out the old spark plugs, and especially these two are terribly bad. If you look at the tip, this is all brown color, and these are red color. And if we could look at the new one, the tip is white and shiny. So these spark plugs are no good. I'm glad we had to change these today. Now we put in the new spark plugs. I'm going to come in straight down. Make sure everything's perpendicular. Okay, we got it. Spark plug is installed. Now it's time to put everything back together. We can start with the coil first. Now I'm putting back the air vent cover. We want to make sure the bolt is snug. While putting this thing together, I also noticed some of the wiring is exposed. So I'm going to use some of these self-fusing silicone tape to shield the wiring. I put everything back together. Now it's time to start the car and check, make sure everything is okay. Okay, I started the car. Now let's listen to the engine. Everything seems to be running normally. We can call this job well done.